Welcome back to the final day of the Natsubasho. Senshuraku, as it's called, the day, the delights of 1,000 autumns. Name that goes back to antiquity. And at the start of the last day, here's one of the men who's in the lead, Kaio, with 13 wins. Along with him is Akebono, the grand champion, with 13 wins as well and 1 loss apiece. So it's full house on the last day. Man in onrei, as those banners say, which means full house. And into our first bout, which is between Asanosho and Tokitsuumi. Neither of these wrestlers have done particularly well this tournament. Asanosho with 3 wins and Tokitsuumi with 5 wins. So there's a straight Nodo thrust to the throat and face. A few more from Asanosho, some double thrusts there. It's rough and tough there, straight into the throat and straight down and out for Tokitsuumi. 10 losses for him on his last day. At Maegashira 8, he'll drop a couple of ranks, but still within the Makuuchi division. Asanosho very close to demotion. Now Kotonowaka, who's back from a leg injury. He's had 9 wins so far, looking good against Chiyotenzan. He's also got a right knee injury. You can see them both taped up there. These two have fought 3 times previously. Kotonowaka's won 2 of them. Tries a leg hook on the injured knee. There's no reserve there about attacking an injury in sumo, but Kotonowaka wins with the overarm grip. Forces Chiyotenzan down with the uwatenage. So 10 wins for Kotonowaka. And that will certainly jump him up the Maegashira rankings for the next basho. Hayateumi, a bit of an injured neck, but nevertheless doing quite well. Got 9 wins so far against Kotoryu on the right with the black mawashi, who gets that overarm grip and spins the younger wrestler, the newcomer, over with the arm throw, or uwatenage. And that was 7 wins for Kotoryu. 7-8 final score for Kotoryu. Now Kaiho, with only 6 wins, he's notched up Makikoshi already, as has Shikishima. Kaiho, not so hard and fast off the tachi-ai. He's got more skillful sumo. So neat demonstration of that. Locked onto the belt and twirled the much bigger wrestler around, some 60 kilos heavier, which is what, 10 stone or so heavier. Twirled him around, then shoved him out with yorikiri. So 7-8 final score for Kaiho and a 6-9 score for Shikishima. Jumonji, who almost certainly is going down into the Juryo division. Next basho fighting Daizen. These two have never fought before. In fact, there's quite a number of bouts this basho where they've never fought each other before. Just shows a lot of transition going on in the ranking system. And there's a win, 6th win for Jumonji against Daizen. 12th loss for Daizen. So Daizen at Maegashira 3 will be all safe enough in the Makuuchi division. Now we have Oginishiki against Toki. They've only ever fought once before. So Toki there with his long arms, distinctive sideburns and very distinctive mawashi. A strong image, and it looked like he stepped out there, but I'm sure Toki stepped out there. And in fact, yeah, the gyoji is looking at the sand. There's brushed sand just on the immediate outside of the circle, and if they step on it, it marks and it gets brushed before every bout. So let's look at that. Did he step out? Yes, it looked like it to me. He said here that the referee thought he stepped out, but it looks to me like they're going to do a rematch. So it's a torinoshi. Well, either he stepped out or he didn't, but when it's doubtful, they rematch them, torinoshi. So, Toki loses it, stumbles, bit of a wry grin on his face as he starts to get up from that fall. So a win there for Oginishiki, his 6th win. Toki all right in this tournament, had 9 wins and 6 losses. And he'll go up the ranks a wee bit. Now here's Terao, who's not been doing very well at all his last 3 bashos. He's had more losses than wins. He's only had 4 wins in this one. He's not looking anywhere near his old self. Well, can he win this one? Not really, it'll make much difference. I think he's almost certainly going to drop down into the Juryo division, where, well, look at that lovely win. Well, if he'd only done that at the start of this tournament and kept it going, he could have stayed in the Makuuchi division. He said that if he does get demoted into the Juryo division, he'll carry on fighting. This, incidentally, was his 93rd Makuuchi basho. He's the man who holds the record at present. I'm sure he'll be back. Now, Wakanoyama against Kyokutenho. These two have fought, had 4 head-to-heads previously. Kyokutenho has always won them. This is his 5th win. Some of these wrestlers never win, almost, against certain opponents. Kind of built-in loss mechanism. Anyway, Kyokutenho there winning, he's taken his 7th win, his Kaiho. Moment of truth today. He might just be forced to fight a playoff. He's obviously got to win his own bout. Then all depends on what happens between Akebono and Takanohana, who will fight the very last bout. So, Tochinonada and Asanowaka. So, Tochinonada, heavier wrestler, some 30 kilos heavier. Asanowaka making all the go in there. Well, he's a nice bouncy character, is Asanowaka. Humorous, comedian, good personality. Nice bouncy sumo. So that's his 5th win. And Tochinonada's 10th loss. So both in the same position, east and west, top of the Maigasho rankings. And they'll both slide down a wee bit on that. Now, this was the man, not this one, Kyokushuzan, but his opponent, Takatoriki, who this time in the last tournament was heading for the win, the overall win, and here he is with only 2 wins so far. Kyokushuzan with only 4 wins. So, see some slaps. Takatoriki seems to be trying to avoid them. Both wrestlers being a bit canny. Now, Kyokushuzan's, there's a leg grab. That's the sort of thing we expect, and very neatly followed up there. Grabbed the leg. Momentarily, Takatoriki was put off by that, and then, quick as a flash, Kyokushuzan followed up with a push to Takatoriki's chest. Now, Kaio needs this one. He needs this one. And here's fighting Tamakasuga. He's beaten him 7 times before. Tamakasuga's only ever beaten Kaio 4 times. Now, Kaio wins this one. And it all depends what happens. If Akebono... well, let's concentrate. Let's so on this one. So, Kaio. So there's a hard start by Kaio. Locked in tight. Nice and sticky. Tamakasuga fighting back, almost side turns him. Desperate struggle by Kaiho here, locks onto the belt, there's the power, drives him over the edge. So Kaiho now with 14 wins. Now all depends now on who wins in the bout between Akebono and Takanohana. If Takanohana wins, then there'll be a playoff. But if Akebono wins, then that guarantees... Sorry, round the other way. If Takanohana wins, then that gives him the bout. And if Akebono wins, there'll be a playoff. So there's it. There was a few moments of insecurity in this bout, especially in this open sumo. Almost gets turned a bit there by Tamakasuga. Drags his arm down and almost turns the body. And there he goes. Over the edge with yorikiri. So now he's got to sit in the shitakubeya, the changing room downstairs, and just wait the outcome of the final bout that will decide whether he takes the Emperor's Cup or not. So this bout then A few bouts to go before we hit that situation. Tosanoumi against Takanowaka. So that's a hard start. Straight off from the tachiai. Both wrestlers looking for the body and the belt. Not going for the open slaps sumo. And there's a push from Tosanoumi. It's driving Takanowaka back. Recovers well. Takanowaka some 30 kilos lighter than Tosanoumi. And that's it. Gets run out. Tosanoumi wins that one. That's 9 wins for Tosanoumi. And then a little bit of prize money for Tosanoumi. It's Akebono coming out, ready for the clash of the Yokozuna in the Musubi no Ban, the final bout of the day. 2 top sumo men now coming out. Akinoshima has been in this Makuuchi division 12 years. Tochiazuma been in sumo virtually all his life. His father was a stable boss, or is a stable boss. Both being careful, heads to each other's shoulders, trying to control each other's arms, looking for a pull down or a push. It all depends which way the balance of the other wrestler goes. There's an attempt there by Akinoshima to turn Tochiazuma, pulled his arm down and across his body. Both wrestlers with the arm on this side open. Neither have got the grip, trying to deny each other the grip there. 2 hands on is obviously stronger than 1. So in this situation, there's some leg grabs. There's a leg grab from Akinoshima. Goes on the inside of the leg, drives Tochiazuma to the edge and over. 10 wins for Akinoshima. So it's been a good tournament for him. Reverse of his score last time. Last tournament, he had 5 losses, or rather 5 wins and 10 losses. This time it's the other way around, 10 wins and 5 losses. Miyabiyama. Well, he needs this one. He's got 4 losses so far. If he can get a win here, that'd be 11-4, enough for him to be considered for promotion to Ozeki against Takanonami. These 2 have fought 6 times. Takanonami's won 5 of them. So can he, and there's an enormous lift from Miyabiyama, locks on with his right hand, loses it. Takanonami's, they say, has got 2 sets of hips. He can pull away. And there he gets, tries a leg hook, trembling on the edge there. Miyabiyama drops and pushes. So there's a win. That's the 11th win for Miyabiyama. It's 11-4, same as his score last basho. And 9 losses for Takanonami and certain demotion. Down to Sekiwaki rank. Still, he's been there before and he's got back up to Ozeki. And there's one of the little prizes that goes to the first of the Sanyaku wrestlers to win. It's the Sanyaku, that's the grouping of the 3 ranks below the Yokozuna position. Now Dejima, the 2 young Ozekis. Dejima with 8 wins. Chiyo Taikai doing better this time with 10 wins. There's a hard start. Both are notes, and there's a quick pull down from Chiyo Taikai. Well, that was over quickly. Both came out with a similar style. Leapt forward, drove with the head, pushing hard, but it was Chiyo Taikai who reversed the push and pulled Dejima down. Akebono getting ready to climb up. There's Kaio in the Shitakubeya, the changing room. If Takanohana wins this bout, then Kaio gets it. So Kaio praying for Takanohana to win it. If Takanohana wins this one, Akebono then notches up 2 losses, and of course Kaio's only got 1 loss. Otherwise it'll be a playoff. So there, Akebono comes across the ring hard and fast. He's looking powerful. Takanohana's got that right hand on. He's got his left hand on. He's pushing hard. He's driving Akebono to the edge. Akebono hanging on in there, gets pushed back and over the edge. And so that's it. Kaio gets it. Kaio at Komusubi rank wins his first tournament, his first Yusho And that's courtesy of Takanohana, who beat the massive Akebono. If it had been the other way round, it would have been a playoff between Akebono and Kaio. So, nevertheless, it wasn't. Takanohana wins that one. Let's watch that one again. So, Akebono comes out hard and fast, doesn't really move Takanohana that much, then starts to power forward. And there's Takanohana twisting and turning to the side. That's the direction that Akebono's weak. And there, twisting again, rocking him from side to side. It's a constant rocking motion that's rough on Akebono's legs. And then eventually just drives him straight backwards and over the edge. So, at the end of this basho, it's Kaio wins with 14 wins and 1 loss. Akebono behind, 13-2. Takanohana, 13-2. Tochinohana, 12-3. The newcomer, Chiyotai 11-4. Miyabiyama, 11-4. Kotonowaka, 10-5. And Akinoshima, 10-5. So those are leaders. There's some of the other scores there. So Kaio taking the tournament. And Terao putting in a bad score there. Jumonji going down. Terao almost certainly going down to Jurio. Minato Fuji out of this one, as was Musoyama and Musashimaru. Perhaps we'll see them back in the next tournament. So there's the head of the Sumo Association, Tokitsukaze, handing over the Winners' Cup to Kaio, the big, huge, heavy silver cup. And Kaio powered his way through this tournament, looking extremely pleased with himself and happy. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll be back soon with the Nagoya Basho. This is Sid Hoare from Tokyo. Bye for now. Take care and sayonara.